But what we are seeing today, I mean, as to the what we've been seeing in the last maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and still ongoing, affirms the position that some of us has held ever before now, that the current government of the day in Osun, and I'm not sorry to say it, is intellectually incompetent. I'm not sorry to say it. And I'll break it down. Now, let's begin the Tibbot saga, as reported in our text this morning. And of course, you, having been a partner over time, saw when this audit was ongoing in 2023. And we saw the hues and cries from every quarter of the state. To start with, how do you say a state as highly diverse as Osun should have a central standpoint for a staff audit? As at that time, we offered opinions that it was easier. Patapata Tibbot has maybe 20 staff. Put them in a bus. Go to a federal constituency headquarters. Take care of the agencies and institutions around that place. But he said all of them must come to Osun. That alone in itself shows that, I mean, it was only the government that understood what they were doing with Tibbot. At a point, some persons were coming from, I think, Ifetedo or Garage Olode. They had accident. And people were saying, let this thing be decentralized. The character of the woman was also a subject of debate. As a matter of fact, the staff of the judicial service and Union Osun, it became a lot of issues around. You are the people writing the stories there now. The question to ask is, why did the government insist? What was between the Adeleke government and Tibbot? They are definitely, and that's why all of us who are here have gone to school. And I'm sure there is nobody who didn't do logic and psychology and history of science. So when you ask the question, you put logic behind it. Why is everybody saying this is not right? And only the Adeleke government and our appointees are saying it was right. And now suddenly, after your darling contractor has now brought out our report, it became rejected. That is a question that only them can answer, but we can provide the answer. Now, let's go into this of the contract. How do you sign a contract with somebody that your mode of payment for that contract is a percentage of your discovery? If you are intelligent enough, you should know that Yorubas will say, Tabafunwe loko, Odore no marokosi. So why are you just discovering, after the report has been submitted, that this was going to be the outcome of that report? It also shows intellectual shallowness. I want us to be tying all of this together. So the genesis of this crisis, like I said, was the intellectual incompetence of the government. And I think I've been able to lay about 3 or 4 reasons why I drew that conclusion, which I'm sure any sane mind will agree with me. So there is something with the old Buhari that we have now has nothing to do with the report. And I'm sure at the appropriate time, we will know when the relationship, because we have also seen clips of what showed us that there was a relationship beyond contractor, service provider matter. And I'm sure that as the matter keeps going on, we will discover. But you see, why we are concerned is the fact that why should Osun be always in the news for negativity? That's our concern. That's why we're here. Why should Osun? I began to see snippets of write-ups from major stakeholders in this government. In fact, somebody said the contractor is a rogue. And I said, if you want to give a contract of that nature out and you cannot investigate the competence, the experience of the contractor, and then you now say the person is a rogue, that means your government must be a rogue government. To give contract to a rogue. To give, yes, and we can only start asking, how many more rogue contractors do we know that jobs have been given to? Only that government can ask. They can answer that question. But it's rather unfortunate for us in Osun that we are debating this, and then we now move to the era of pettiness that we now see, where somebody who holds a very high office in government has resorted to becoming not even a garage boy, because some garage boys are now more refined, and they will not descend into the kind of things we begin to see in Osun. Now, to answer your question precisely, the government knows how it got here. And to be arowa, lo ma gbe aroro. But we have demanded in our press text that the government should first make public that report. That will, not snippets that we are seeing. We have seen union should come out to do press conference. Another person will come and do press conference. We have also seen show of shame in high quarters. How many of these are we still going to see? Sally Tibbot is releasing whatever she has in pieces and bits. Only God knows how many more she will still have to release to further embarrass us in Osun. But we demand that government first make that report public. Whatever has been done was supposed to have been done in the interest of the public. So we demand that that report be published first. Let every eye see that report. We know how many reports has been kept under, but let this report be out and be seen first. And then we know where to go from there. But the truth of the matter is that maybe when that is done, this embarrassment, this continued embarrassment that we begin to say about Osun State and those who currently lead her, will cease and will stop, and we can move to something else that has to do with development and positivities about our dear and darling state. Thank you very much.